I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Woo! Here we go again. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go again. Oh my God. Oh my God. Kwame Brown and I was talking about this earlier, but man, Shannon Sharpe caught in another damn scandal. Hit the like button up. Hit the like button up. Because one, Sino has information nobody on the internet has. Once again, Carcino has information that nobody on this internet has. They're just responding to what they've heard because they don't know anything. I actually have the information. Sino has done his job. Instead of being out there first, I went to go get information. Unc is always in the sun. Now, this bodybuilder or fitness influencer named Royce is actually someone who used to work for Shannon Sharpe and was very close to Shannon Sharpe, and his ex-girlfriend broke up with him but found his phone, and all hell broke loose. There will be a exclusive Patreon version. Well, we will get more into this in detail later on, but let's get to it. Shout out to Tasha K for bringing this up so we can have an opportunity to correct all of this in real time. Well, she packing on the pounds, ain't she?
And I have been up, and then I was up at 6 a.m. this morning talking to a young lady in my DM that was really frustrated about what she found in her boyfriend's phone, okay? And I said, well, send it to me, okay? And so she sent it to me, and she said, I just don't understand why my boyfriend would have these photos of him and Shannon Sharpe in the same hotel room with Shannon Sharpe's stylist, Hollywood. Hollywood has been romantically linked to Shannon Sharpe, the stylist, the one he publicly took on basketball dates, traveled with, took to Paris. They no longer work for each other. They're no longer together because allegedly, according to sources that are close to the parties, Hollywood's in the blue hat, walked in on his new show producer, Jordan, with Shannon.
Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, y'all. That is cray. Now, let me explain this to the masses. The first part she mentioned was Hollywood, a person named Jordan, right from the beginning. So let me tell you, the guy that's on the front, his name is Royce. Person you haven't seen is a person named Jordan. And then there is Hollywood. Hollywood is the one that they called Boo Thing, right? Boo Thing and everything when it went crazy. And somebody made a Instagram short that made millions talking about Shannon and his stylist and all of this. The people went crazy over it. So Shannon panicked and then got rid of his stylist for that reason. Because he was, oh, they all talk about me. Now I'm gay and you got to go. That's the reason why all this happened. None of the reasons that was stated before. Royce, here's information that none of these people know. Jordan and Royce were hired and brought in by hired by Shannon Sharpe because of Hollywood. Hollywood brought both of them there to work and get jobs. So Hollywood brought them in, not Shannon Sharpe. Hollywood brought them there. So we'll let this play out.
Okay. Remember that whole Instagram video? Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle. Get it, Michelle. And Shannon Sharpe came live to talk about that and said Jordan logged him out of his Instagram. So how do you go live on your Instagram accidentally? And Jordan, your photographer, they dress alike. They go out together like he's supposed to be the cameraman. He's always in parties. He takes his boyfriends out and you know, makes it seem like they're working a job, right? And he said, oh,
Jordan is his assistant. Jordan still works there. Royce, the guy that you saw when the girl is talking about on the photo, the bodybuilding dude, he doesn't work there anymore. He has been removed. All of the stuff they're talking about, these photos is from like 2017, 2018. Shannon was still like working at Fox during this time. So all of this, oh my God, this is new stuff. This is old stuff. Sino has done all the research. Shannon don't even have his grandpa beard, so you know it is old. But it's entertainment to everybody else because they never heard or knew any of this stuff was going on. And it's always these bodybuilders. Like, what's going on, man? They always be dressed up clean. Like Shannon, them, they be all clean and sharp, boy. They spotless. All them's real. Like, I don't understand them. They be the cleanest people ever. Won't leave a crumb, but want to put their stick in some doo-doo. I don't understand. I just don't understand this type of mentality. But hey, that's not my psychosis. That's theirs. So to each and own, but my goodness, how you go from super clean to want to put your stick in some doo-doo? I just don't understand that. You dress clean, don't want to leave nothing on the table, you're over wiping stuff, cleaning every 3 seconds. Use a coaster. But yet you want to put your stick in some doo-doo. That is revulsion to some. I mean, you can go to Leviticus and Romans to get any kind of, if you're a Bible thumper, just go to Leviticus, go to Romans. You can just start reading there. To each his own. Right?
Jordan had to cut my Instagram off. I didn't even know it was off, and I was in it. And it was like he told on himself. If you go live on Instagram right now, your mom, if somebody has access to your Instagram, cannot log in and log you out. That does not happen. They have to have access to your phone, the one that you went live on, to press end. So when he said that, I said, but you know what? Social media, they ain't gonna give a damn. They ain't gonna think. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing was staged, and according to sources, it was Jordan that was in that room. That was the Michelle. Yeah, Michelle. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, Michelle. Okay. Uh-huh. So he was in some booty. That's what I was told. Okay.
Oh my God. Shannon Sharpe, boy, that dude, man, you something else. Yeah. Oh man, Shay. Man, what I do in my private life inside my hotel room ain't nobody business. It did me. I'm a big old nasty Shannon. Yeah, Mr. Nasty. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, I'm telling you, Otto. Yeah, I tell you what, boy, I get some of that roast spark. Yeah, I'll be ready to go. Yeah, that's what I talk about. See, they ain't ready for old nasty freaky Shannon. Another deal. I should stay with Bootay. Yeah, I could have been doing my thing. Yeah, but now the question y'all should be asking old Sino, how do you know this information though? How do you know the information that nobody on the internet knows? Now, the biggest thing, oh my God, somebody sending me a message right now. Now, you might have to say to yourself, Sino, what is going on, Maji? How do you have so much information on the subject? It's very clear, and most of you guys, well, everybody, well, some of you on the Patreon, if you're VIP, you're going to have it too. But Zeno will let you in on a little bit of secret. Zeno knows the info because he spoke to some of the parties directly. Want to hear it? Here you go.
Hey, yeah, I don't know. I really don't care. Anytime Shannon's name come up or whatever, my name come up, I have nothing to do with that mess. I do not care about that mess. And the little bit that I have seen, Royce is making himself look stupid. Like, it's absolutely insane to me. Like,
woo! We'll cut that right there. We'll cut that right there. So I spoke to somebody directly. And asked them all the questions. So if you want to know how Sino know the information, just trust this show now. You know Sino got the info. Now, on top of that, let's go on to this before we get to some first.
Allegedly. Now, I wasn't in the room, and Lord knows I didn't want to be in there because I don't know what it's going to smell like. time to edit them. We'll put the rest on TashaKLive.com. Okay. So I'm sorry, y'all. Fun. Can you put up the screen recording, or is there risque stuff? Okay, so this is the screen recording.
Now, these are the screen recordings of the shots that we're taking, where the man is showing like a boot. This girl has sent in all this stuff and saying, why is another man, have all this in a phone and sending it to other men? And then they stop with the photograph of Shannon and Royce in the photo, and they in the same hotel room. Now, oh yeah, if y'all VIP on my Patreon, then y'all get to hear the whole thing. Y'all know what's gonna come up. That one is going to be explosive. Trust me. Trust me. You thought the other ones were explosive. This one is gonna be explosive. Well, here's the thing. This is gonna get more and more crazy. The 4101 South Federal version will be on the Patreon. Now, here is what you don't understand about this photo. Now, from the person that was in the room that took this photo, they take photos like this all the time. Each one of them have their own hotel room. They're probably in there going over notes and things that they got to go through in the day. Royce just happens to have his food come to the room. So either Jordan, Hollywood, or somebody else took this picture. This picture is from like 2017, 2018. Okay? I'm giving y'all the context of the information that nobody on the internet has so far about these photos. Now, Hollywood, that Shannon knows, is an openly gay man. Hollywood is an openly gay man. Okay? We know that. So there's no surprise there about Hollywood. He's an openly gay man. So the rest of these people, I don't believe are openly gay or might be in relationships and might be closeted. We don't know. But what we do know is that Hollywood brought them in. Brought Jordan in, brought in Royce into this situation.
This is what my DMs be looking like.
Now, this is Royce taking pictures and photographs of himself in a towel, probably having Jordan take these photographs. Or it could be Shannon. We don't know. Hollywood said he did not take this photograph. Or he could have took it himself. And that's Hollywood styling in there, getting a photograph taken of his clothes, because he is a stylist. So the ex-girlfriend had all these photos, and this situation really, hit a certain premium. Now, the guy who's the bodybuilder has been away from Shannon Sharpe for a couple of years. Like, he hadn't worked with Shannon in years. So the fact that all of this is coming out now, I believe one of the reasons he's gone is because he had a phone over some footages, because that was part of their job, was to record footage and take things. But he had like footage and he didn't turn it over, and he wanted some certain money and all of this, and he ended up, being let go. So now all of a sudden there's a leak and a girlfriend that's claiming that all of this is happening. So hopefully all y'all have signed up to the Patreon, because that's going to be explosive. Now, going into this cycle of information, this was kind of crazy and, suspect that these are pictures so far of absolutely nothing.
Nigga, this.
We're seeing that, okay, they're in an elevator.
So that's him, Shannon,
Hollywood,
and
Shannon, and I mean, not Hollywood and Shannon, but
okay.
And now they move to this. Like, why is this? Well, this is his phone, but who did he send that to somebody? That is the photograph that's way too much. Where the bodyguard or the bodybuilder fitness influencer is sitting there. Now, here's the information I got about this photo that no one on the internet has. Okay? That this person isn't nude in this photo. That this person has on some G-string, or like some tights, or he's wearing a towel. That he's not actually nude in this photo. And that the person put the star there to cover it up because he's not actually nude. But I don't care if he had on, some Hulk Hogan tights or anything. Just the pose itself. I wouldn't pose like that and send that to a chick ever. She can come see that when she here. Yeah, that's just way too much. That's thirsty. Normally, if you send something like that to a chick, she gonna be like, "Ugh, he thirsty. Something wrong." Anyone with common sense. These new chicks nowadays, they don't care about that. Mm-hmm. He just has a different style. Yeah. So now this is very disturbing. Out of all the photos, that was the most disturbing. But other than that, there has been nothing. Really, the photographs are photographs of absolutely nothing. Now, when we start looking at absolutely nothing on the screen and we see stuff like this, it gets pretty alarming. But let's hear what she says.
So, all right. Let me see the comments. Hold on, Jasmine. Hmm?
And that's the three of them on an elevator. Okay, that's Royce, that's Hollywood, and Shannon. As you can see, this look at Shannon. Shannon is way more fitter, way more in shape. This is like 2017, 2018, just like Hollywood has said. And this thing is bigger than what y'all know. Meaning that anything that Shannon does or whatever is gonna get blown up out of proportion. So this is old. This is why people rebrand themselves and change their image so that they can timestamp when they were doing something. Now that he's Grandpa Shannon, he's trying to get away from all the activities that he had when he was clean face Shannon. Yeah. I did grow out. Yeah. Then now we get that big money. Yeah, they gonna see old Grandpa Shannon. They ain't gonna remember old Shannon Sharpe. We're gonna be putting up that picture of Shannon when I was had that clean face. Yeah, and I got in all that trouble with that face. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that now. Oh, this gonna be VIP. That's probably why you haven't seen all the goody good stuff. Yeah, you got some good stuff, but yeah, VIP is a whole new world. If you VIP on my Patreon, y'all already know what's coming. And if you seen the other ones, y'all gonna get ready for this exclusive interview. This one gonna blow y'all head away.
No, it was absolutely nothing for us to send pictures to each other. Meaning, let's say him and Shannon eating. I may take a picture of me and Shannon eating. He may say, "Oh, I took a picture of you. Here goes some pictures." So that's nothing. That's what everybody do that. Like, oh, this is a good picture. So that's absolutely nothing. So,
Woo, wait. I have no idea. I think it's like Royce's wife or girlfriend. She supposedly is leaking all these photos on the internet, and they got you in there with this Royce guy and him. Yep. So that was me asking the questions already this morning. Trust me, you're gonna want to be on the VIP Patreon today. You're gonna want to be VIP today. You're gonna want to be VIP today. Now, yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pauses with this. Shannon going outside with the most seats. Now, once again, I don't think nothing about this. I don't really care. Royce, to me, seems like
to subscribe is 12.
Royce seems like a person that wants attention. So I wouldn't be surprised if he leaked all this. Thank you to Tasha K. Don't forget to go to Tasha K's page and watch the whole thing so you can get the entirety of what she just put out. Now, Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really struggle and cram to understand like the explosiveness of all of this, right? Because you're blown away. You're like, okay, that's wild. Because when you first hear about it, it takes you by storm, right? You go, whoa. Right, but you remember what he went through before. So if you're familiar with what he went through before, then this is right. It's no surprise that all of this is going to come to a head. But there's a
Shannon
part
Sharpe gets
that got
exposed.
really, really difficult for anyone else to understand. After watching the Diddy tapes, this dude looked like the Punisher Part 2. Like this guy's a fitness instructor. He's all over the place, right? Now, this is the only part that got me. The fitness instructor. This is where I only time I said, and this is the same thing that happened with Young Buck. Young Buck, like I ain't think nothing of it. I'm like, man, they tripping. Ain't nothing going on with Buck. Buck ain't did none of this. Then Buck comes out driving 100 miles an hour. Man, take the video down. The money gonna be there. You destroy family. And I want everybody to know I ain't gay. I said, Buck did it. Buck did it. Oh, Buck guilty as hell. Oh, goddamn, Buck. I knew it was over. I knew it was over right then and there. That video did it. I didn't need to see nothing else. When I saw that man going through stoplights, everything, driving down the street, I knew it was already over. And like I said, these photos was photos of nothing, like nothing happening, really. It's not like all three of them are shacked up in one room. They all have their own room. Because they hanging out in a room, one person was eating, but the other person laid out in the bed doing something. I don't know if Shannon was in that room when he was doing that or not. I didn't see him in it. I could see Shannon like, hold on, stay still. It's not like Dwight Howard where we have actual evidence and proofs with text messages and everything about him wanting to see me. I'm like, this damn dude is hungry or something. He keep asking for meat every goddamn text message. Man, I'm gonna need a shower after this. Get clean. All this filth. You filthy McNasties. So the thing that brought this to a head is when this man actually popped up on the screen to talk about it. This is where it went bizarre for everybody else. Like, what are you doing?
You do behind closed doors is between you and whoever you do it with. With that being said, I'm straight. I don't know how many times I gotta put it out there. I don't know how many times I have to address this issue. I'm not bisexual. I don't dipple and dabble and none of that shit you guys want to try to put that shit out there and say. I'm 100% straight. I'm 100% straight. I don't know how many times I gotta say that. Yes, I've taken pictures that you can say looks a little sus or gay, whatever. But I can, trust me, I'm 100% straight. And anyone who knows me, like really knows me, like the people who grew up with me, who've been around me, been around my family, who's actually seen me grow into the person I am today, will vouch and say the same thing.
Why did you make that video, bro? Why did you make that video, bro? Ooh. It's the young buck situation all over again. As soon as he opened his mouth and said the words, he was not gay. My man tipped his head to the side like, I am not gay. I said, oh, Lord. This man. Oh, my God. My man said, first the Knicks, now this. Oh, my God. Did he really believe that was the right thing to do? That was ridiculous. That was absolutely ridiculous. Man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. It's a mess. I mean, it's at a point now where you can't do anything else about it. It's so bad. Well, the thing is, Shannon Sharpe has put himself in a position where you're not going to get the truth out of a lot of these people. What you're going to get is a bunch of lies. And a lot of these people love to lie. And when they love to lie, and it's like you didn't even have to open your mouth and say anything. That was the thing. You didn't even have to open your mouth and say anything. The fact that you did put everything in question. That's it. Now all of it's in question. Nobody believes any of it anymore. None of them really understand what it means to a certain degree. But when you see something like this, you're like, ooh, this is gonna be a problem. So the exclusive Patreon version will be out today, and you'll get to hear the explanations and all this that's going on. But yeah, I had to give y'all the info on that. And there's gonna be more, it's more that's gonna be on the Patreon, of course. Here we have to be a little politically correct for obvious reasons. And yeah, this is sad. I mean, look, everybody's entitled to live how they want to live, but I mean, that's crazy wild. I mean, to know Shannon lied when he said the reasons why he got rid of Hollywood, that was a complete lie, an utter lie, and it pissed Hollywood off because it was a bold faced lie, and it was unnecessary. I knew it was a lie because I watched Undisputed every day. I didn't miss an episode of Undisputed. I promoted Undisputed before it came out, before they had one episode.
Platform that the stylist can now use against Shannon Sharpe. A lot of times, not all, a black start to become a little successful, start to make a little paper. The first thing we say, oh, that end gay. Because they were, and like what they try to do is call into question, because in our community, even though they say somebody might say it, it's still kind of frowned upon. And it's frowned upon in a lot of communities. Right. But I don't know if it's treated as harsh other than the Muslim community than in the black community. But people will say, if you repeat something enough, why you think when people give misinformation, if I keep repeating, people will start to believe it's true, because a lot of people believe repetitions of a lie will make it true. So if he had just said it once, but he kept repeating it, knowing me, and I get it, my stylist, Hollywood, he was gay. Okay, that's his life.
Before we get this video started, if you want to learn how I made $142,000 from YouTube this month.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's impressive. But I ain't gonna lie, that's impressive, bro. That's not, I don't make that. But I don't want to have to sell out to do it. But not saying you did. I'm just saying that's an impressive number. I've never done that in a month. I've done half of that in a month. So I'll take the half and be cool with the half of that in a month. Yeah, I can do half and just completely be me. That's more important. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? So going into that stanza, going into that moment to where you see that hit the you said, why does he love LeBron so much? Because LeBron about as fruity as him. Boy, I play Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Him and LeBron gonna be shaking their butts on the damn dance floor. Sure, they gonna be out there. Yeah, you rock my nerve and you rattle my brain. Woo! You gotta love it, man, and say, goodness gracious, gate balls of fire. Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Hey, Tutti Frutti. These my songs right here. Great balls of fire and Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Wop bop ba doo bop ba la bam boom. Yeah, Ocho, you don't know about Tutti Frutti. No, I ain't never heard that. You ain't heard of Little Richard? Little Richard? No. Who is he? Who he played for? Was he a shortstop? Was he a kicker? Little Richard, the singer. You ain't never heard Little Richard? I ain't never won no Grammy. Woo! I'm still the cat. No. Man, you be knowing all these old timers, man. Was he up there with James Brown? Fool, he discovered James Brown. Oh, well, I ain't know that, huh? Okay. All right, Jay. Little Richard it is. Oh, man. Ain't gonna be Braun. What you know about this Tutti Frutti? Oh, man, I got that downloaded already. Yep. As soon as I saw you singing, I downloaded it. Yep, now I know the whole song. Yep, Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Yeah, see, look, Braun got it. Go ahead, do your dance, Braun. Yeah, Tutti Frutti on Rudy. Wop, bop, a loop, bop, a lop, bam, boom. Man, them two gonna be jamming together on the floor by themselves.
Join my community. Let's get started. Let's grind. Let's make money together.
That's not mine. Mm-hmm. Hollywood no longer styles me. Why? Because I'm loyal to Shelly. She was hurt that after 20 plus years of being my stylist, that I had gone outside to hire someone else. And someone else was getting the credit when she was there at CBS. She was there when I started at Fox. She was there when I was going out and doing red carpet events. And I never had a problem. And for me, in my head, I thought I needed someone outside. Right. I didn't buy one thing new when Hollywood started styling me. Everything, all those LB jackets, all that stuff that I already had it. And a lot of the stuff she had already put together, but I took it apart. So when he put it back together, it was just what she had put together. And I told him, I said, Hollywood, I said, bro, I think you did an unbelievable job. I said, but I'm going to go back to Shelly because it's hurting her.
I don't think anybody bought that excuse for why he fired the gay stylist, not even the gay stylist. Even the gay stylist feels like Shannon Sharpe fired him because the gay rumors were ramping up. And Shannon Sharpe felt like a way to silence the rumors was to just separate himself completely from the stylist so he don't have to be caught in public with this gay stylist, right? Because the gay stylist was traveling with Shannon Sharpe. Now, almost.
And that is true. Shout out to Flacco for stating the obvious. Hollywood is openly gay, and Hollywood is not hiding who he is. For Shannon Sharpe, this is a blow to his ego and brand. So he creates this story as to Shelly styling him. Now, we've already talked to Hollywood about this. And yeah, this Shelly styling is like, really? Nobody talked about what Shannon Sharpe was wearing in those suits on Fox until he was with Hollywood. That is facts. That is facts. Steve Harvey was like, man, your suits be sharp, man. You always sharp. Nobody talked about his suits at CBS. Nobody talked about his suits until Hollywood was dead. That's the only time they talked about Shannon in those suits and what he was wearing. Now, Steve Harvey wanted to work with the stylist once he wasn't styling Shannon no more. Right now, Hollywood is working with Chris Brown and Usher. So if you think he ain't got style, he been styling Chris Brown and he did the Usher tour. Styling all the dancers, Usher, all included. So he's been making money way outside of Shannon Sharpe. Don't need Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, well, I just hope he can protect himself at all times.
Immediately after Shannon Sharpe fired this dude, he began to post messages without any caption. Now, the purpose of posting these messages was to see what him and Shannon Sharpe was talking about or how their discussions went. And some of these messages is Shannon Sharpe sending this dude selfies with kissy faces. Like it's very bizarre, but clearly he was putting this out there to send a message like, hey, Shannon Sharpe is a homosexual. Me and Shannon Sharpe had a thing.
Now, this is the messages, supposedly, that came from him. That Shannon sent this photo with kissy faces. Again, I have confirmed that once and for all, Hollywood did not send these photos and said Shannon has not ever sent a photograph like this to him. And Shannon would never send a photograph out like this with no heart emoji, with lipstick emojis at the bottom of it. Whoever did this basically falsified it. So that came from Hollywood's mouth, that this here is some crap. And whoever is sending this is not from him whatsoever. And that is not him sending that out or leaking that out. And it did not come from his channel. Somebody probably took some photos from his page and then went and started trying to post it up there. But Shannon would never send a photo like that. Like, he was like, that don't even make sense. Why would Shannon send me a promo photo like that? That doesn't even make sense. So, again, y'all gonna want to be VIP tonight. That's all I can say. Y'all are going to want to be VIP tonight. I guarantee it. And on that note, keep your buttholes tight. I'm out. It's dangerous outside.